All of our devices have faces and a character, and each of the devices help you with a different aspect of parenting. So we've got devices that help you conceive a child, we've got devices that help you when you're pregnant, and we've got devices that help you look after your baby and bring up your child. I remember the moment when I thought of the idea for BleepBleeps. My daughter was ill, she was kind of hot, it was 3 AM, so I'm in her room and bleeps are in the ear with an ear thermometer, and then I looked on the back to try and see the temperature. 38.7, is that high or is that low? I googled it, and at that point I just thought, this is ridiculous, why isn't this device connected to my phone? And then that was the inspiration for the whole brand. We had the basic kind of idea for a parenting platform and a suite of products, and they looked very medical and minimal and white. And then over time it evolved into something a lot more characterful and a lot cooler, frankly, so we're really happy with where we've ended up. Each of our products is a character, so it has a name and it has a face and it has a kind of personality, and that personality really links in with the function of the device. One of the key things that helped me bring the brand and the products to life was the fact that we could do some great storytelling using CGI and renders around our visions. So instead of a physical prototype, we had some great films that told stories about how the products might work and what they would do.
We started the project, like I said, the first round was kind of just pencil sketches, and the initial thing was just making these things look realistic so we could sell them. He came back to me maybe like a year later, and he'd kind of changed the whole thing and made them into these kind of little characters. And the brief was basically take these CAD files and make something fun. My name's Matthew Burnisten. I'm a freelance 3D motion artist under the name of He's Here All Week. I've been using MODO quite a long time. It doesn't fit into my workflow, it is my workflow. MODO had just introduced the new CAD importing tools, so it was literally just a case of dropping the file in. I was worried that I was going to have to remodel over the top and take the CAD data and do loads of work to it, but dropped it in and it rendered perfectly. Yeah, the preview render's always been a big part of my workflow. You could just have this window open and be changing values and see what is actually happening. And for somebody who's self-taught, it was good just to have that open, and you can just move your light and just see what happens. You can move a reflector and you can see exactly where it's reflecting on the object, and especially in the product stuff, it works really well. Having the 3D tools and being able to model something in 3D, and especially 3D print now as well. You can buy a 3D printer for less than most prototyping would cost. I think it is going to become the new norm, especially with Kickstarter as well now. You can get the funding, you can make the product and get the funding and get these things out in the world.
Well, the great thing about crowdfunding and things like Kickstarter and Indiegogo is that they're just a great place for you to validate an idea. So
making the videos was, I would say, pretty critical to getting the funding. We made 3 or 4 videos total. One of them was like an overview of all of them, and then we kind of drilled down and we made a specific video for the one little character, Sammy Screamer.
She was called Sally until we discovered that Sally Screamer is a very famous porn star's name, so we had to change it to Sammy. If you can paint a picture for somebody and say, look, this is what we want to do, then those platforms are great because they enable you to A, test whether it's a good idea or not, and then B, raise the money to actually go off and then get something manufactured. We literally wouldn't have been able to make BleepBleeps unless crowdfunding had existed. There was
a moment where it kind of went viral, and I was seeing these photographs, 3D renders on websites all over the internet, so that was pretty cool.
So there's a ton of technology products that get released every day and every week, and I think what's allowed us to be different is this focus on design rather than technology, and focus on customer experience and the joy that something that has a utility can bring you if it's really well designed and looks cool and looks cute. It's wonderful to see that dream come alive.